The appointment of a new coach for Nigeria's Super Eagles comes at a pivotal moment, with the team facing an uphill battle to qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The name of the new coach has been announced, and his name is Eric Chelle, former coach of the Mali national team. What is the profile of the new coach, and what are the things he must do as new coach to succeed in getting the Super Eagles to the World Cup? Let's get into it. As we get into the video, we implore you to subscribe to our channel. We urge you to keep supporting our channel by subscribing, liking, and sharing our videos as we strive to create a lot more exciting content for your viewing pleasure. On to the video. Currently, the Super Eagles sit second from the bottom in their group, having secured only 3 points from 4 matches. To reverse this trajectory and secure a spot in the upcoming World Cup, Nigeria has finally appointed a new coach going for Eric Chelle, who coached Mali at the last Nations Cup. Eric Chelle took Mali to the quarterfinals of the tournament, narrowly losing to eventual winners Côte d'Ivoire. Eric Chelle was born in Ivory Coast to a French father and Malian mother, and grew up in France, where he played much of his career before featuring 5 times for the Malian national team. He has been a coach since 2016, starting with a few teams in the French second division before he was appointed as coach of the Malian national team in 2022. Despite his limited coaching experience, as coach of the Malian national team, he was able to build a team that played compact, organized football that saw them losing out narrowly to eventual winners Côte d'Ivoire in the quarterfinals of the 2023 Nations Cup. Despite not being the coach with the best coaching background, he has been appointed as the coach of the Super Eagles, under much controversy after the botched attempt to appoint Bruno Labbadia as coach in 2024. Eric Chelle may not be the most experienced coach, but the deed has been done and hence should be given all the support that is required to succeed. In this video, we would like to highlight a few things he would have to do as coach to succeed with the Super Eagles. Number 1. Immediate assessment and evaluation of weak points in the team. Time is of the essence. The coach must swiftly evaluate the current squad, identify the weak areas of the team that may need strengthening, and integrate better and maybe younger talents who can make an immediate impact. This involves not only assessing individual skills, but also understanding how players can synergize on the field to enhance overall team performance. A few key areas of the team that will need to be evaluated based on recent performances include the midfield, right side of attack, and the defense. Also, certain players may need to stop being given mandatory invitations that are not based on merit or form. Some players can't keep getting invitations ahead of players like Tolu Arokodare and Akor Adams as an example. There must be a pecking order of players based on current form and impact at all times, and the era of players being invited for what they have done in the past must be stopped. Such players should be shown due appreciation for all they have done for the team and country by whatever means. But that is where it should stop. Future invitations should only be based on form or merit. Number 2. Integration of talent to fortify the team. The idea to have Eric Chelle oversee the local-based Eagles at the forthcoming CHAN tournament, we have to admit, was a good idea by the NFF, as it provides him the opportunity to see potential local-based talents that can be integrated into the Super Eagles. However, no matter how laudable this idea is, potential players cannot be evaluated in isolation. They must be evaluated in relation to how they can fit into the big picture. They must also be evaluated in relation to how they compare with potential foreign-based options. This initiative should not distract from the need to constantly be on the lookout for potential foreign-based players that can reinforce the team, regardless of whether they are foreign or local. A few players that need to be simultaneously evaluated by being given an immediate call-up include Tino Anjorin, Jacob Murphy, Chrisantus Uche, Tosin Adarabioyo, and alternate striking options up front to support Victor Osimhen and replace Victor Boniface if necessary. Tino Anjorin. We recently featured on the potential of Tino Anjorin being called up as an option in the attacking midfield position. We believe he will be a good option in this role and may be the option required to stabilize the midfield. Two young players who could also be options in this area include 21-year-old David Akinsanmiro, who is on loan from Inter Milan at Sampdoria, and Arsenal's young sensation Ethan Nwaneri, who is yet to commit to England. These two players are young and may not be fully ready, but must be kept in view as options in this area looking towards the future. Another player apart from Tino Anjorin and Ethan Nwaneri that still remains an option to Nigeria and should be considered for a call-up is Carney Chukwuemeka. Chukwuemeka is about to make his exit out of Chelsea to either the Italian or German league, and this is likely to reduce his chances of getting into the England national team. He hence may be open to switching to Nigeria, so this option should also definitely be explored as well. Jacob Murphy. Samuel Chukwueze is a very talented and capable winger on his good day. However, he tends to fade out in certain matches. He also is not known for tracking back and helping out on defensive duties like Moses Simon and even Ademola Lookman on the left side of attack. An alternative definitely needs to be acquired, not just as a backup option, but also a possibly more consistent option heading towards the World Cup. One player who should be considered as an option is Newcastle's 29-year-old winger Jacob Murphy, who is unlikely to get an England call-up anytime soon. Nathan Tella could also be an option in this area, as well as others like Yiro Soar, Chidera Ejuki, and Ibrahim Olawoyan. Jacob Murphy and the others mentioned definitely need to be evaluated, but we suspect that Jacob Murphy will be a more impactful and consistent option on the right for Nigeria. Chrisantus Uche. Another player that we have featured as an option in the midfield role is Chrisantus Uche. Due to his stature and presence, he would be a good option in the defensive or central midfield role. Although Nigeria already has good options in Wilfred Ndidi, Rafael Onyedika, and Frank Onyeka, he should be considered due to his versatility, and as a backup option in case of injuries, and as a possible replacement for any of the current options. Tosin Adarabioyo. Tosin Adarabioyo has been on the verge of declaring for Nigeria for a while now, and it just seems like he just needs a push over the line. He is unlikely to get an England call-up anytime soon, and it is hoped that he has learned from the mistakes of the many players that have chosen England over Nigeria and been left on the bench or not been given subsequent call-ups. Tosin Adarabioyo would be a slight upgrade over Semi Ajayi, and would be an ideal partner to Troost-Ekong and Calvin Bassey in the three-man center-back formation. He could also be a good replacement as Troost-Ekong gets closer to retirement. Tolu Arokodare and Akor Adams. While there is no certainty that either of these players is better than any of the present options for the Super Eagles, we cannot know whether they will be more impactful until they are tried out. Nigeria cannot continue to rest on the comfort of saying that it has the best collection of strikers on the African continent and continues to suffer from a lack of goals during matches. Victor Osimhen is the only proven certainty on the team. Victor Boniface, who should have been the obvious deputy and partner for Victor Osimhen, continues to miss chances while donning the Nigerian jersey. Nigeria must begin to explore all its options in a particular role and realize that the best striker on paper and based on club form or being in the news may not necessarily be the best option when building a team. Therefore, all options must be explored, which include the two mentioned players and whoever else shows the qualities that would make them ideal candidates for a starting position in the Super Eagles, whether they play in Europe or not. Number 3. Strategic match preparation. With crucial matches against group leaders Rwanda and bottom-placed Zimbabwe on the horizon, tailored strategies are essential. The coach should analyze opponents' strengths and weaknesses, adapting strategies to exploit vulnerabilities and counter threats effectively. The preparation ahead of the World Cup qualifiers must be strategic to maximize the chances of securing victories in all the remaining matches. Video analysis, match analyzers, and match strategists would be very vital in helping make planning easier, and if reports about the team planned to accompany Eric Chelle are true, then Nigeria stands a good chance of turning things around. Number 4. Foster unity and morale among the players. Given the current challenges, building a cohesive and motivated team is paramount. The coach should cultivate a positive environment that encourages collaboration, resilience, healthy competition, and a winning mentality. Things that can be done to foster unity and boost morale include open communication, team-building activities, and instilling a sense of national pride and purpose among the players, even though he is not Nigerian himself. Discipline is also key, as it not only helps to keep players on their toes, but also helps to ensure that the players always give their best on the pitch. The era of certain players strolling into the team must be stopped. When a team continuously attempts to secure high quality and possibly better options, players are forced to show up on time because they know if they don't show up on time and on the pitch, they could lose their position. A team must never be comfortable with the options it has, as it fosters a sense of comfortability by the players, which is not likely to bring out the best in them. This is one area Nigeria can learn from England beyond any grudge about them taking its best players. And number 5. Properly manage the Nigeria Football Federation and stakeholders. Establishing a strong working relationship with the NFF and other relevant bodies is crucial for securing the necessary support and resources for a good run in the qualifiers for the World Cup and heading into the next Nations Cup. This collaboration can facilitate better training facilities, logistical arrangements, and overall support systems that contribute to the team's success. The Presidential Task Force should make this easier, but the coach must be a good diplomat and politician if necessary to get all the resources he needs. Clemens Westerhoff was very good at this, and this helped him during his tenure as coach of Nigeria and led to the best run Nigeria has had at the World Cup. Eric Chelle must also be strong-willed, as the NFF will test him, and so his relationship with the Presidential Task Force would be key in helping him tame the excesses of the FA. He must stand firm and not allow the FA influence his selection of players. The level of independence he is able to portray will determine the level of respect and commitment he is likely to get from his players. Also, maintaining open lines of communication with the public can help manage expectations and build trust. By providing regular updates on the team's progress and acknowledging challenges, the coach can foster a supportive fan base that rallies behind the team during this critical period. As Nigeria heads into this new milestone in engagement of foreign coaches, but in this case an African one for the first time, we hope that the adventure is a productive one and Eric Chelle leads Nigeria to the next World Cup and a good outing at the Nations Cup. Despite our preferences as to who the ideal coach could have been for the Super Eagles, the choice has been made, and so he must be given all the support he would need to succeed. If he can get the team to play with the purpose and passion we saw from Mali when they beat Nigeria in a 2024 friendly and at the Nations Cup, then with the quality of players in the Nigerian team, they might be able to pull off one of the greatest comeback stories in World Cup qualifiers. Thanks for watching. As usual, if you like our content, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, please leave a comment letting us know whether you have a preferred candidate who could have been coach for the Super Eagles and whether you think Eric Chelle could succeed as coach, regardless. See you in the next video.